If you've ever thought about firing up the Normandy for another trip through the galaxy as Commander Shepard, well, you're going to want to hear this. The game has, in a very real way, just changed. Today we're going to break down a massive community update for Mass Effect Legendary Edition that's doing so much more than just fixing bugs. It's literally rebuilding the game's foundation for players and modders.
All right, let's just stop right there with that quote. That is a huge statement. We're not talking about some optional texture pack or a cool new weapon. People who live and breathe this stuff are calling this an essential, must-have installation for anyone replaying the trilogy. So why? Let's get into it.
So what's all the buzz about? It's this. The Mass Effect Community Patch team has just dropped version 2.0 of their community patch for the first game. Now, for those in the know, this is basically the spiritual successor to the legendary ME1 Recalibrated mod, and trust me, it's a really big deal.
Now, it's really important to understand that the whole point of this patch is to polish, not to change. It's all about fixing bugs and glitches while keeping that original, vanilla experience completely intact. This makes it perfect for purists who just want to play the game as it was meant to be, but it's also crucial for modders who need a super stable base to build all their cool new stuff on.
Okay, but hold on. If it's just a bunch of bug fixes, why is everyone calling it a huge milestone? That's the real question here, right? Because the answer gets into an innovation that completely changes how we can mod Mass Effect 1 from now on.
The secret is some absolutely brilliant new tech that's built right into the patch itself, and this is where we get to the heart of why this update is just so revolutionary. We need to talk about what the team has built, something they call the LE1 framework.
The LE1 framework is, well, it's the secret sauce. It's this whole new system designed to fix one of the biggest headaches in modding, compatibility. You know, it helps all these different mods, especially the ones that change how characters look or tweak the game's levels, play nice with each other instead of just breaking everything. And this right here really shows you what a difference it makes. The old way of modding, it was just constant conflicts. You'd install a mod to change, say, Liara's appearance, and suddenly the game crashes because it's fighting with a mod that changes the lighting on a level. The new way, with this framework, basically creates a system where those conflicts are drastically reduced. It's just a much, much smoother experience.
So how in the world does it work? Well, to put it simply, instead of having every single mod try to overwrite the same core game files, which, is what causes all the chaos, the framework lets mods load their own files alongside the main game. They're not fighting over the same real estate anymore. It's just a smarter, cleaner way to do things.
Okay, so we've talked about the groundbreaking tech that's humming away under the hood. Now let's see what that powerful new framework actually lets the team do. We're going to shift gears from the technical stuff to the actual in-game improvements you can see and feel.
First up, this is a fantastic visual upgrade. You know that awesome cinematic shot when the Normandy docks at the Citadel for the first time? That used to just be a pre-rendered video file. Not anymore. Thanks to this patch, it's all rendered in Engine, which means it looks sharper, cleaner, and just flows way more smoothly with the actual gameplay.
And then you have the fixes for those hilarious, quirky bugs we all remember. Come on, you know this one. You go to talk to Engineer Presley right before the Ilos mission, and he just awkwardly teleports into the air for no reason? Well, that little immersion-breaking glitch is finally gone. His feet now stay right where they're supposed to be.
This one really shows the team's incredible attention to detail. On Noveria, during that double homicide scene, a corporal shows up wearing full-on combat armor, which just made no sense for the story. The patch fixes this tiny but important continuity error, putting him in regular clothes. It's a small change, but it keeps you in the moment.
And get this, the patch doesn't just fix what's broken, it actually restores things that were lost. For example, it brings back a broken line of ambient dialogue from a character named Simon at the end of the Bring Down the Sky DLC. It's a little touch, but it just adds another layer of life to the world.
So look, when you put it all together, the amazing framework technology and all these incredibly detailed fixes, you get something that is so much bigger than just the sum of its parts. This is really about securing the future of Mass Effect modding.
Because what the LE1 framework really does is lay down a brand new, solid foundation for every mod that comes next. Now, yeah, existing mods will need to be updated to use it, but once they are, it's going to lead to a more stable, more creative, and just bigger and better modding scene for years and years.
And you know, at the end of the day, this entire project is just an incredible testament to what a passionate fan community can accomplish. Years after the game's official support ended, these fans are not just preserving the classic they love, they are actively making it better and future-proofing it for everyone.
Seeing this level of dedication and pure technical skill from a fan community is, frankly, inspiring. And it leaves you with this really fascinating thought. As official support for our favorite older games inevitably dries up, what other classic worlds are out there just waiting to be preserved, perfected, and kept alive for a whole new generation by the fans who love them the most?